You're watching USA News Hub, your home for breaking headlines, trending sports stories, and exclusive updates from across the nation. What happens when a rising tennis superstar, a nation hungry for international recognition, and a historic first-time event all come together? You get one of the most exciting stories heading into the 2026 tennis season. The Philippines finally hosting a WTA event, giving Eala the once-in-a-lifetime chance to compete in front of her home fans. This isn't just another tournament. This is a breakthrough moment for an entire country, and it arrives just as Eala is entering the prime of her young career. For decades, Filipino tennis fans have watched the global tennis world from afar, cheering for players overseas, following events online, and supporting Eala's rise on social media. But in January 26th to 31st, 2026, that changes forever. The Philippines will host its first-ever WTA event. The Philippine Women's Open, a WTA 125 tournament set in Manila. This marks a major leap for a nation that has rarely been featured on the international tennis calendar. For Filipino tennis enthusiasts, this is more than a sporting event. It is validation, a recognition that their country is ready to stand on the big stage. And at the center of this moment, Eala. To understand why this 2026 homecoming feels so special, you have to look at what Eala accomplished in 2025, a year that could only be described as transformational. The start of 2025, Eala was ranked number 143. By the end of the season, she soared all the way to world number 50, becoming the highest-ranked Filipino singles player in the Open era. And she didn't climb quietly. She stormed her way up the rankings by beating some of the biggest names in women's tennis. Her 2025 highlights include heavy checkmark Miami Open semi-final run, heavy checkmark wins over Iga Swiatek, Yelena Ostapenko, and Madison Keys. Heavy checkmark first Filipino player to win a major singles match in the Open era. Heavy checkmark a U.S. Open main draw victory against Denmark's Clara Tauson. That last victory was symbolic. The U.S. Open is the same tournament where she was crowned 2022 Girls Champion, and she returned in 2025 as a serious contender. Eala called the season a dream come true, and for good reason. It put her among tennis's most promising young stars. But her rise did more than boost her ranking. It changed her entire career schedule. With a top 100 ranking secured, Eala now has automatic entry into the main draw of all 4 Grand Slams in 2026: Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon, U.S. Open. She no longer needs to battle through qualifiers, a process that had previously kept her out of the Australian Open 3 straight years. That means she enters 2026 stronger, fresher, and more confident. Here's where things get interesting and dramatic. The inaugural Philippine Women's Open runs from January 26th to 31st, 2026, right in the middle of the Australian Open, which stretches from January 12th to February 1. This sets up a huge narrative. Will Eala play in front of her home crowd, or push for a deep run in Melbourne? Until recently, this would have been no debate at all. She had never made it out of Australian Open qualifying, so playing a WTA 125 at home would have been a no-brainer. But now? Everything is different. Given her incredible performance in 2025 and her proven ability to beat top-tier opponents, a deep run in the 2026 Australian Open is far from impossible. WTA analysts believe. Heavy checkmark she has the athleticism. Heavy checkmark she has the momentum. Heavy checkmark she has the confidence. Heavy checkmark and she has the game to push into the second week. For the first time ever, skipping a home event could come down to one thing. She might still be alive in the Australian Open draw. It's a dilemma only top players experience, and Eala is officially one of them. Still, the emotional weight of playing in Manila is massive. Eala grew up in Quezon City. She trained globally, but her identity is proudly Filipino. She knows what this tournament means to her country. Imagine a packed Manila tennis stadium. Flags waving. Fans chanting her name. Cameras capturing a historic first serve in a historic first WTA event on Philippine soil. That moment would be unlike anything she's experienced. Even if she is unable to play due to a deep Australian Open run, Simply having the event in Manila is a monumental breakthrough for Asian tennis, and for the next generation of Filipino athletes. A key piece of Eala's development is her long-standing training base at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. Under their guidance, she has, heavy check mark, matured her game. Heavy check mark sharpened her mental toughness. Heavy check mark built a world-class foundation. Heavy check mark embraced the discipline. Nadal is famous for. Her rise mirrors a philosophy rooted in the academy: consistency, humility, resilience. Eala's 2025 Instagram message shows how much the year meant to her. My season has come to an end. I have no words to describe what 2025 has brought me. My dreams have come true. Her dream season is now turning into a dream opportunity to compete in a historic event in her home country. The global tennis community is watching this development closely. Here's why the Philippine Women's Open matters far beyond Manila. 1. Expanding tennis into new markets. WTA events in Southeast Asia have been limited. This tournament could open the door for more. 2. Showcasing a rising star in her home environment. Eala is a top 50 player from a nation without a tennis tradition. That alone attracts attention. 3. Inspiring millions of young Filipino athletes. Kids will see someone who looks like them, competing on their home court, on the world stage. 4. Strengthening international sports presence in the Philippines. Hosting a WTA event boosts tourism, event infrastructure, and global visibility. 5. A strategic WTA move. As tennis continues global expansion, Southeast Asia represents a high-growth opportunity. This tournament is a statement. The Philippines is ready. Eala enters 2026 with heavy check mark, a top 50 ranking. Heavy check mark, Grand Slam main draw access. Heavy check mark, huge fan support. Heavy check mark, growing international recognition. Heavy check mark, improved mental game. Heavy check mark, the confidence of beating major champions. Heavy check mark, and the possibility of playing her nation's first WTA event. Her trajectory is pointing straight upward. Realistically, 2026 could include her first Grand Slam second-week run, a WTA 500 semifinal, a potential top 30 ranking, a signature win over a top 5 player, and a defining moment, either playing or being honored, at the Philippine Women's Open. Her dreams aren't just coming true. They're expanding. The Philippines hosting a WTA event isn't just a milestone. It's a turning point, and Eala stands at the heart of it. Her rise in 2025 was phenomenal. Her opportunities in 2026 are historic. Her potential, sky high. Whether she steps on the Manila court or battles deep into the Australian Open, one thing is undeniable. Filipino tennis has entered a new era, and Eala is leading it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that's shaping America and the world. We'll see you in the next update.